Things I'd like to forget. When I was 6, a friend and I had to get shots at the school, polio shots. We acted so bad when we got the shots, our mothers put us in the car. I forgot to take the key out. My friend started up the car. I remember being like a, oh gosh, probably 1948 Ford. Somehow he started up the car, and for a few moments we were off. Till a parent stopped us from going any further. Not a good day for us. You know, the mothers had promised us $1. I didn't get the dollar that day. Well, I always kept one eye open during nap time, because I always felt like I was going to miss something in kindergarten. I used to throw rocks at the school windows during the summertime. I also used to climb the trees in my front yard and would have rock fights with the kids next door. Or I couldn't find rocks, walnuts, we had a walnut tree. And I was a good thrower. I usually hit what I aimed at. I have memories of when they were working on parts of the Golden State Freeway when I was living near Glassell Park. And I remember going near the tractors there, but never getting on them. There was always a bet with the other kids. We would run down, you know, from the side of the unfinished freeway to below, try to get to the other side before the caterpillars would come. We always made it. Boy, if our parents would have known what we were doing, I'm sure there would have been a spanking there. When I was made a hall monitor in grammar school, I used to go into the bathroom and push boys' heads into the toilet, or start up a soap fight, and then I'd rat on the kids. Eventually, somebody ratted on me. Of course, I lost my safety badge. A slow learner in one of my art classes in junior high, his name was Sheldon. When the teacher left the class, we all took our paintbrushes and painted his clothes. It was the last day of school. Went into the assistant principal's office, shook his head, and said, "What am I going to do with you?" But it was too late. He just let us go. Must have had a thing for slow learners, I guess. In high school, with our knives, we were supposed to be making clay pots. But my friend Don and I would make faces at this boy and tell him we knew where he lived, and we knew who his mother was. The kid got angry, took his knife, and proceeded to ruin my friend Don's pot. Couldn't reach me. I was too far. The kid got kicked out of class along with my friend Don. But the teacher told me she had her eye on me, and told me I should change friends. Once threw a girl from gym class into the boys' gym during shower time. And one time while a jock was talking to some girls, flirting, I pulled down his pants. I learned to run fast from that incident because of my pranks. Used to go for midnight swims at the high school pool. Never did get caught with my friends. I dumped a can of white paint over my brother's head while working on a sun in Hollywood. Because he kept dripping paint on my head. We proceeded to cover each other until we were completely covered with paint. So we got the sign painted. We must have wasted about $20 worth of paint. My father would never send us out together again, at least with paint. He was very disgusted with us. We used to give bums who lived under the billboards in Hollywood $5 in pennies so they would leave while we painted. We figured they had to count it before they could buy their wine, and it would take hours. We used to have someone hold the exit door at the movies so we could get in for free. I was asked once, as a teenager, to leave a church troop because I kept taking the young ladies for a ride. And I should have been at the church group. Put an old toilet in front of the Glendale police station. It's still a mystery to them to this day who put it there. The boys and Cyrus Brown and I got bored one night and bought some Joy soap, liquid soap for, washing dishes. And we put it in a fountain across the street from Griffith Park. And parked to the side, proceeded to watch the bubbles come over into the street, till the whole street was covered with bubbles. The suds covered the whole street. And basically the police department came, the fire department, and the news people came. Because when I got home, my father was watching the news and said to me, "What kind of idiots would do something like that? No respect whatsoever." I said, "Yeah, what kind of idiots?" So a week later, I was doing the same thing in Glendale with the fountain that they had on Brand Boulevard. And of course, we watched, and of course, the fire department came out. It didn't make the news, but we figured we should quit while we were ahead before we got busted. When we used to go to Boss Big Boy, we used to tell the waitress that something wasn't right with the milk. What we'd do is pour cream into the milk and tell the waitress was rather weak, and of course she would bring us, some milk. He'd always say, "Well, go ahead and taste it, Of course she wouldn't. We also put ketchup into the water and would tell him it was very bad tasting tomato juice. At Boz, we used to break into 5-part harmony, Cyrus Roundwood, and we would sing 5 Beatles songs in a row and then leave. It also helped that one of the boys was dating one of the waitresses there, and used to get free food. For some reason, girls' mothers trusted us with their daughters more than their daughters trusted us. And the mothers would ask where we were going, or if it was me, I'd say to make out at the drive-in. Of course, they'd laugh. And as I'd leave, father would say, "Don't do anything I'd do." I guess I gave a lot of people a hard time. A lot of these people are most likely dead or in rest homes. So I guess I'm safe. This is part 1.